In films and TV shows, a prequel means a body of work that entails the narrative that happens before the original. It's one thing to continue a story, but it's a completely different and challenging task to pick up the details of the story that's already been told from a whole new form based on that. And that's why a lot of them, or even sequels, reboots, remakes, and spin-offs, take the notoriety of being worse than their original. However, there are quite a lot of expectations to that, and that's what makes these shows so special. They may not be as prevalent as sequels, but they still manage to pull and recreate the magic of the original, or even enhance it to another height. They help the audience give a new meaning to the original by telling a story that precedes whatever event they've already dealt with. From Better Call Saul of Breaking Bad to Fast and Furious 6 of Tokyo Drift, there are prequel shows and films that have done better than the original based on various seasons. At number 8, Better Call Saul. When AMC and Sony Television Pictures ordered Better Call Saul, a spin-off legal drama about Albuquerque's favorite sleazy lawyer from the Breaking Bad world, the stakes were up for Vince Gilligan and Peter Gould. After all, it's never an easy task to replace the magic of one of the greatest TV shows of all time, but fast forward to 2022, Better Call Saul spans 6 seasons, one more than its original, and scores 98% approval on Rotten Tomatoes compared to Breaking Bad's 96%. After all, it gives a whole new meaning to Jesse Pinkman and Walter White's story. At number 7, The Godfather Part 2. In The Godfather Part 2, director Francis Ford Coppola incorporates the events of 2 different story timelines. It's a breathtaking effort to replicate the magic of one of the best films of all time. And while it didn't score a bigger box office income compared to its predecessor, many consider Part 2 as an even more solid film than the first. Story-wise, it follows young Vito Corleone as he seeks to make the name for himself in the criminal world of America, while Michael, in a separate timeline, tries to follow in his father's footsteps. At number 6, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. At the height of the epic spaghetti western in Hollywood and back in the 1960s, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly led by the pack as the third installment of the Dollar Trilogy. It was a sleeper hit that gained critical reception ahead of its release, but slowly became the definitive spaghetti western and the magnum opus that capulated Clint Eastwood's career. Story-wise, it picks up on the mystery of a bounty hunting scam joins 2 men in an uneasy alliance against a third race to find a fortune in gold buried in a remote cemetery. At number 5, Cruella. Like The Godfather Part 2, Emma Stone's 2021 Cruella is a prequel of sorts to the 1996 classic 101 Dalmatians. Story-wise, it follows the story of a young and up-and-coming fashion designer who passes the path with a group of thieves before embracing her true villainous persona, Cruella de Vil. Grossing over $233 million worldwide, Cruella has a 7.3 rating out of 10 on IMDb compared to its original of a 5.7 out of 10. Chronologically, Insidious Chapter 3 is currently the first film in the James Wan created universe, but the third installment of the franchise. With that, it makes the 2015 film a prequel to the first 2 films, Insidious and Insidious Chapter 2. Story-wise, it takes the viewers all the way back before the haunting of the Lambert family, when Elise Rayner helps a teenager to reconnect to dead-end titles and release her from demonic spirits. At number 2, The Carrie Diaries. The CW's The Carrie Diaries, which surprisingly tops its original Sex and the City on Rotten Tomatoes, respectively scoring 83% and 70%, albeit short-lived and faced cancellation right after 2 seasons. The Carrie Diaries expands Carrie Bradshaw's character arc and details her life as a 16-year-old high school student from Castleberry with an aspiration to be a writer. And last but not least, at number 1, Fast and Furious 6. For many, Fast and Furious 6 is a special film, as it is the last on-screen appearance of the late Paul Walker following a single vehicle collision in November 2013 that wasn't actually a CGI result of his brothers like in Furious 7 in 2015. Story-wise, it serves as a partial prequel to the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, as the latter is chronologically set between 6 and 7. Despite not having any of the original cast from the 2 movies, the film gives a better insight on the fate of Chan-Lu, who is presumed dead on the car crash in Tokyo Drift. In terms of box office ratings, Fast and Furious 6 earned $788 million compared to Tokyo Drift's $159 million. Well guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Superstar 10s, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a video. Thanks for watching!